Cavett Show.
We've got something really wonderful for tonight's show. Here's Marc Ribler's Story Road with a song with a wonderful title. It's called Dick Cavett.
You know, I wrote this song called Dick Cavett. And you just happen to have the same name.
Why did you write a song called Dick Cavett?
It's the greatest show I ever saw, the Dick Cavett Show.
You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
It was my favorite show to watch.
My God.
Yeah, I started watching when I was a kid. My parents would watch the show, and they'd let me watch with them. And you would have all the icons of the Renaissance on your show.
Were you considered a normal child, pretty much?
I think so, you know.
Okay.
I grew up in the projects in Brooklyn, you know, so...
I knew that. I could sense that. I can always tell that. We didn't have projects in Nebraska. I'm overwhelmed. I don't think I can go on. Can we cut?
Scene one, take five, mark two.
Never dreamed of having a song with my name in the title.
The song's written, the album's about to come out, and my friend Rich Russo calls me up. He said, let me apologize before I tell you what I did. I said, okay. I was a little nervous. He says, my friend Robert Bader, he's been working with Dick Cavett for many years. He's his guy. I loved your song, and I sent it to Robert. And Robert sent it to you.
Being a DJ in the Underground Garage, we get a lot of the songs early. And I'm like, wow, this song's friggin' great. And, well, Dick Cavett's friggin' great. I'm just so excited that the song is great. It's about Dick Cavett. I literally texted to my good friend Rob Bader with nothing, just an MP3 and a text with nothing to it. And I think that even the way I copied it, it doesn't say Dick Cavett, it just says AE620, whatever, some sort of number. So I send it, and literally, the song's what, 3 minutes? In 5 minutes, the phone rings, Robert Bader. And the first thing he says, he goes, holy shit, this song is great. Do you want me to send it to Dick Cavett? And I said, well, you know, and I tell him the whole story, who it is. And he goes, I'm going to send it to Dick Cavett.
I said, first of all, for like the last 6 months, this is actually a dream. And I need to tell the record company, we have to have Dick hear this song.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's important that he hears this. But I never said anything. Time went by, and here's Rich Russo, like a magician, telling me that I got your song to Dick Cavett. So this is a dream, Dick.
Wow.
Literally. Yeah, literally.
And I won't hurt your feelings by telling you how many people have written Dick Cavett songs.
I wait a day or two, and then Rob checks back in with me. Cavett loves the song. He's so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. And Cavett and I were talking. He goes, you know, it'd be kind of cool if we shot a music video for the Dick Cavett song at Dick Cavett's house under the guise that the Dick Cavett Show is back on.
And then you and Martha graciously invited us into the house, and
Yes.
and it was one of the most beautiful, memorable days of all time.
Yeah. You've had a full life.
I know, just knowing you, I've had a full life.
Dick was open to it. He's got a great sense of humor. He loved the song. He said, yeah, let's fool around with it. Let's see if we can have some fun. So I presented the idea of a music video. I put together a budget and a script, and everybody liked it. And we got together here at Dick's house and did it. And Dick was just a good sport. We invaded his house. We brought a crew of about 16 people in, and we've got lights and rigs all over the place. And Dick's just kind of looking on saying, wow. And I thought about this. I said, this guy's been on Broadway, been on many television shows, obviously his own, but he's also been on Saturday Night Live a couple of times. He's been on Cheers. He's been on The Simpsons. I mean, Cavett's been everywhere. He's in Forrest Gump. He's in Annie Hall. You know, he's in Apollo 13. Dick Cavett is sort of like Zelig in a lot of ways. He's everywhere. But he's never been in a music video. And now we can check that off the list. I can't think of anything left that Dick hasn't done. But this, to me, is just so much fun, and I'm honored to have been able to do it.
Have you ever been in a music video before?
You had my virginity. In that area. Yeah, yeah.
So it was the
understands.
maiden voyage.
I'm
the
sure
music
everybody
video.
understands this. You've completed me. I love it.
The first thing that came to my mind was the song's got such a great 60s vibe to it. And you think about all the great rock and roll that was on television in the 60s with the Shindig and Hullabaloo and bands appearing on television shows like the Dick Cavett show and the Smothers Brothers show. Those were the rock and roll shows. Johnny Carson didn't really have rock and roll. Merv really didn't have rock and roll. It occurred to me that this song should have been played on one of those shows in the 60s.
My friend Rich calls me and he says, Dick invited us to do a music video at his house.
And I've never done that before. If you hadn't come along, it would never have been done.
It was meant to be.
You can take a bow.
Mark 1, take 1.
The shoot was unbelievable. We have Ribler, of course.
6 Foxtrot, take 1, Mark 1.
We have Dick, we have Martha, and we have Vinnie Pastor, we have Maureen Van Zandt.
We drove up to the house, beautiful home. We're going to record the video in the ballroom.
Yeah,
Do the music part of it.
ballroom.
The ballroom, yeah.
Yeah, my wife had a genius stroke of finding a very elaborate house, which nobody had wanted for years.
Right.
And, always marry a woman who knows a bargain when she sees it.
Yeah.
Should be a rule in our society. Yeah.
Me and Jack Daly, my bass player, Rich Mercurio, drummer, came to the house. You guys made us feel completely at home. So any...
We didn't talk down to you in any way.
Well, only when we arrived, but then it seemed we felt at home after that.
Well, we didn't know who you were at first. Can't let just anybody in.
The premise is we're doing the Dick Cavett show. So we're going to knock on the door, and we're ready to do the show, and it's all confusing because we're at your house.
What? What's going on?
We're here to do the show.
There is no show. This is my house. There's a gift that is valuable in our business is to be able to act confused when that's appropriate. I've taken lessons in that, and I'm really good at it.
Yeah, we were convinced you were confused, man.
Yeah, poor confused Dick.
We were 14, we were horny as hell, and so in love. We didn't have a clue, all we could do was kiss and rub.
The song is really about being 14 or 15 years old and trying to figure out how to have sex. You know that something has to happen.
Yes.
Maybe there's some resistance from the girl or fear from the guy.
I was fumbling around with my girlfriend's girdle, 10 miles spin over a 5-foot hurdle.
We'd end up putting your TV show on, putting on Dick Cavett. Or take a cold shower, eat some Apple Jacks, and watch the Dick Cavett show.
I didn't realize what a great responsibility I had.
You did. Yeah, it's sort of...
Gosh, I'm glad I didn't know.
So, what'd you think when you first saw the video, Dick?
Disbelief. Such a thing would never happen to me. How did this? It's magic.
Yeah.
Really like it. If I'd started that way, I probably never would have done any of the other stuff in my life. Just music videos. You as my guide.
And I couldn't find a hook on a Playtex bar strap. Went to the kitchen for a bowl of Apple Jacks. Ice cold shower in the midnight hour. We just held hands and watched Dick Cavett.
Such a spectacular song, spectacular video. Bader did an unbelievable job with the editing of all these amazing clips, and it literally was one of the coolest couple days of my life.
Dancing on the front lawn when the cops showed up.
Then the fun part really came when we started putting in these clips of these iconic celebrities from the Cavett show. And that just really made it come together. And seeing all these people, it also just shows you what the Dick Cavett show is. It's a terrific song. Mark and the band look great. And it's a wonderful pop song that I just adore. But the video is not only to promote that and to show that, it also shows you what the Dick Cavett show was. We have Salvador Dali in there. It's not just John Lennon and Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin. I mean, there's Burt Lancaster, there's Peter Bogdanovich, there's Anne Margaret, there's Tony Curtis, just one after the other, Alfred Hitchcock. The Dick Cavett show spanned every genre and every kind of iconic celebrity. It's an amazing array of people in there. And of course, now Dick's had Marc Ribler and Story Road on the show, or at least the fantasy version of the Dick Cavett show that we cooked up for this video.
What a great song. Thanks. Now, get out of my house.
Hey, Dick, you got any money for us?
There's no money. We're not really doing the show. This is my house.
You know what? Merv will never pull this shit.
You're interviewing my musical heroes. And it was like you were inviting them into your home, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like we are now.
Which
know?
I'd never do, of course. Funny, I remember John Lennon when I first met him. And I said, why did you agree to do this? And he said, well, you have the only halfway intelligent talk show. And I said, why would you want to be on a halfway intelligent talk show? And I got my first laugh from John Lennon. Yeah, I had a good time with him.
Dick, tell me a little bit about the Sly Stone interview.
It was epic. And as a matter of fact, some of me doesn't remember all of it because I remember being so sort of startled at the time. I think I repressed the embarrassed feeling on my part that I'm not sure I know how to handle this.
Right.
He was not necessarily entirely on our planet, shall we say.
Joni Mitchell.
But in my presence, you have to say the magnificent Joni Mitchell, if that's not too much trouble.
No.
She was booked to be on my show in exact competition with Woodstock. Joni Mitchell's legendary manager at the time was David Geffen, and he is the one who convinced her, I guess, that it would be better to do television than to play to a handful of creeps on a farm somewhere. But he's done other great things.
What really happened to you that night at Woodstock? Did you stay on so long you just really were?
No, we spent in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was announced that it was canceled. The show at Dick Cavett's was canceled. So, and then later on it was announced that it was on.
Oh, really?
And I didn't know what was happening. I was so exhausted, you know.
Yeah.
Jimmy seemed very shy, and it seemed like you made him feel at ease, like he could be himself, like, and he wanted to be there, like he.
Yeah, when that works, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I think that's one of your gifts, you know, is make.
I apparently, because people would ever and anon say to me, "This is the easiest I ever felt on a talk show." Yeah. I think it's because I've been around them so long, and I've been on them as a guest, and I know what it feels like.
Dick, your new career is music videos, I think.
Boy, you've opened up a whole new horizon for me.
I'm gonna get your name out there.
Broad and wonderful.
Fumbling around with my girlfriend's girdle, 10 miles sprint over a 5-foot hurdle.
Not every great pop song gets a music video nowadays, so Stevie Van Zandt and the people at Wicked Cool Records were really gracious in allowing this to happen, paying for it. It's a great, great tribute to the song and to Dick, and I'm just thrilled to be part of it.
The way it happened and what came of it and how great this video is and how great this song is, this is going to just snowball into something super, super special.
I've really gotten a kick out of this whole thing. I just think it's great.